Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to show you guys what tools you're going to be needing to start working on cars. The brand of tools doesn't really matter, especially if you're starting off. If you're in your career already and you're already making money, then you should be already buying the nicer stuff. Even if you're not, it's always a good idea to go with the quality stuff later on in your career when you can afford it. But in the beginning of your career, just get your hands on whatever tools you get your hands on. And then as you progress through your career and you start making more money, then you can decide whether or not you want to get the nicer stuff and buy it cash or buy it with the credit card with a really low interest rate. So if you're brand new, don't mind the brand. What matters more is that you actually have the tool. So if I tell you guys you're going to be needing a Phillips screwdriver and the one I have is Snap-on, I don't want you guys to think that you need a Snap-on Phillips head. You just need a Phillips head, okay? I want to make that super clear. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. If this video helps you in any way, please give it a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys like about the video. I would really appreciate you guys. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm and get the message out. So please just do that. It's free. It takes you 1 second. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. Okay, guys, so we're going to start off with the top of my toolbox first. And the first thing I want to show you guys is going to be my set of Phillips and flatheads. You're going to just need a basic Phillips and a basic flathead. The longer the better on the flathead because you're going to use this as a pry bar. And then you need like a short little flathead, around 3 inches. I also like using a ratcheting Phillips because I do a lot of interior stuff, and this one comes in handy when you're trying to just do something quickly. Next thing you're going to need is going to be a flashlight. Make sure you guys pick up a decent one. This one is a rechargeable Streamlight, and the battery actually lasts me like a whole week when I use it regularly. Probably less than a week, but it lasts me a long time. So these are nice because they're really bright. You guys can see that it even lights up the wall even though it's bright in here. And it's a bunch of really good parts. It has a lot of replaceable parts, which is nice. My toolbox is a mess, so excuse me, guys. And then the other thing you really want is a pick, just a regular little pick. Okay, throw that in your pocket and you should be good. Next thing you're gonna need is gonna be a set of wrenches. I recommend just buying a set of wrenches from 8mm all the way to 19. And if you do have the extra cash, splurge on a 21 and 22 wrench as well. They're in here somewhere. I don't know where they're at. And that's basically all you're going to need for wrenches in the beginning of your career. Once you get more into it, you can use the stubbies and the shorter ones and even the ratcheting wrenches. But for now, in the beginning of your career, just buy metric 8 to 22 and you should be fine. Get a nice set of picks. You always need a nice set of picks, so make sure you guys get a nice set of picks. Okay? Sockets. Sockets you're going to be needing from 5mm, which it'll be 1/4 inch, all the way to 21, okay, 3/8. And then long and short, obviously. Same thing for 1/2 inch. My 1/2 inch goes from 10 to 19, and then I have a 20 and 21 separately. And then they're short and long. So I don't really use these too much, but they do come in handy when I'm doing big trucks. So, and then the 1/4 inch, I have my 1/4 inch set down here, which I was going to show you guys, but since we're talking about sockets, I have a nice set of Snap-on, a nice set, but you could just buy a cheap set for 1/4 because you don't really put too much pressure on them, and they have to be nice but not super nice. So a nice set that goes all the way from 5 to 13, 14 is fine. Long and short, obviously, and the 1/4 inch ratchet. And the extension, all you really need is a 3-inch extension. If you really want to splurge, you could buy a 6-inch extension, and that's basically all you would need. As far as ratchets, you would want to buy a nice 6-inch ratchet, okay? And you're gonna also want to buy a long ratchet, about 12 inches. This one's from Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh, and I've actually had this one for about 3 years, and it's been great. The screw's coming out a little bit, so I have to tighten that up a little bit, and it's a swivel, which is nice, really nice, but you don't need a swivel. You just need a 12-inch or 10-inch ratchet, and you should be fine. So buy a 3/8, 10, and a 6-inch. You should be fine. As far as extension for the 1/2, I like using this 10-inch. I have a 3-inch, a 1-inch, and a 6-inch, and the same thing goes for my 3/8 extensions for my 3/8. So they're all separated there. And I also have a 36-inch 3/8, but for the beginning, all you guys are going to need is just between 3, 6, and 12-inch for the extensions, and that's all you need. Other thing, if you want to splurge, I would also recommend that you guys buy some wobblies. I like this ball and socket style because they're harder to break and they actually last a long time. I have a 3/8 and a 1/2, and I do have a quarter inch. It's in the little case down there. So buy your wobblies as well. And then that's pretty much all you're gonna need as far as sockets in the beginning. After you get going, you would wanna buy some wobbly socket sets. This one is from 10 to 18 and I'm missing the 12. I gotta buy it, but it's like $40 or something, or $50, and I'm like, do I really need it? All right, as far as pliers, guys, all you're gonna need is gonna be a nice set of pliers, needle nose, and some side cutters. Well, I call them dikes. Okay, and then you're gonna also need long pliers like these. These are, I think these are 16 inches, and then about a 6-inch vice grip. And that's basically all you're gonna need as far as pliers. If you wanna go crazy and get the rest of the ones I have here, you're more than welcome to, but in the beginning, that's pretty much all you're gonna need. Also, if you wanna splurge, get a blowgun. This does come in handy, especially when you're cleaning. All right, as far as air tools, I'm gonna assume you guys aren't gonna buy any, but if you are gonna buy any, I recommend you pick up a 3/8 electric and a 1/2 electric. Okay, especially if you're doing side work, these bad boys come in handy just because you could take them home and you don't need an air compressor. When I first started my shop, I would, get my customers and I would take them to my house, and then I would do all the work out of my garage, and I would have my compressor. And I didn't, electric tools didn't start coming out until like 2007 and 8. That's when I bought this one. But like 2011 and 12, that's when like really good stuff started coming out. Milwaukee started coming out with them. So I never bought my electric stuff. This is actually from Harbor Freight. They gave it to me, but it broke, so I fixed it. And but anyways, that's the only tools that I have electric, because I like using the air guns, But if you guys are working out of your house, buy electric first and then buy air, because they're gonna be more useful for you, especially if you're doing side work. Okay, and then maybe buy an electric 3/8 ratchet. But I would recommend buying these two first. The 1/2 for sure. Buy this one first. Then buy this bad boy, the 3/8 electric. And then if you are doing tires and you're like at a tire shop, then buy an Ingersoll Rand 1/2 gun, because that's a lot easier. I don't know. It feels like they last a little longer than the electrics. But I don't use this one too much. So, I've used this thing for like 14 years and it's been great. So I always swear by it. All right. So a hammer, you're going to need a hammer. And you're gonna need a pry bar. Okay, Snap-on sells a set that comes with a 6-inch, it comes with a 12-inch, and it comes with this 36-inch. But all you really need is a long pry bar, and you should be good to go. If you buy one of these bad boys, you'll be cool, guys. Okay. And what else? Let me see. Oh yeah, there it is. So you're gonna need an air chuck. If you buy a nice air chuck, this one's electric, which I don't recommend because you're gonna always have to replace the battery. Just buy a regular one that just has like the gauge that pops out. Those things will last you forever. This bad boy, I'm waiting for it to break. So it's still running great. I mean, I've had it for about 5 years and it's great, but I've replaced the battery like 10 times and it's annoying every time it dies. So it ends up being just like an air filler more than anything. But buy an air chuck, you're gonna need that. Now, if you use this list of tools you're gonna need, you're pretty much covered. You're covered on any type of car, especially if you're doing basic maintenance, basic repairs like brakes, some like basic tune-ups, and then maybe even some suspension components. You'll be able to get pretty much all of it done. There's all the rest of the tools you're gonna need are all specialty tools or tools that are gonna be to make you faster. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're gonna need bigger sockets here and there, but it's not a big deal if you don't have one, especially if you're new. You can always ask somebody to borrow it. If you borrow it more than 3 times, I recommend you guys go buy it, because at that point, you're doing that type of work that warrants for you to pick up a new tool. Okay, so but if you go to Harbor Freight, if you go to Husky, if you go to Home Depot, wherever, and just pick up a set of tools like I just saw, I showed you guys, even if it's not the best quality brand, you'll be able to do pretty much any type of work out there. Okay, so I hope this video helped. If it did, give it a like and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys like about it. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm, guys. So I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time.